Welcome back to the final leg of Dolor Factor Live here on DBS. I'm just going to read another email and then we're going to say goodbye, say goodbye to our guests, and of course I know you're waiting for our giveaways. Here is an email. Generally, if women's organizations are to be judged by how they keep their purses, they would fail because they usually can never find what they're looking for in those purses of theirs, especially at the checkout counter at a store. I tell you, that is so annoying, man or woman, when you get to the checkout counter and then the person starts digging into to get there. I tell you, so annoying. It's so annoying. I have some more emails, but I just feel that I can't go through them all right now because we want to at least pull some of these names out and I'll say our goodbye. So before we go, I know that there's certain things you wanted to bring out in the show tonight. Al, your final words.
Well, I think very quickly, I think just those are topics. I mean, there never really is enough time to really, discuss the topic completely. But I think some of the areas that we wanted to discuss would be the metrosexual male, for example, the individual who is the male who's more urbanized, if you would look at it that way, who has a sense of fashion, a sense of dress, as a completely heterosexual guy, but he may dress and is very color coordinated. He goes to the barber very often. Is very constant with his outward appearance, and and. I think we have a call.
No, let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night.
Welcome to Dolor Factor Live.
Okay, I'm calling for the giveaway.
Okay, well, the producer will take the answers for you. Okay, although it's too late, but let's continue. Thank you for calling the show anyway, Al.
Yeah. And other things that I think one interesting question that you had and we spoke about briefly at the start of the show was, what does the way you dress say about you? And I think that's another part of the show as well. I mean, there are individuals, for example, who are dressed based on their profession, but there are individuals who want to command a certain command respect, for example, when they enter a particular setting. There are a number of areas we could discuss, I think, on this topic, but time is against us. But I think I'll leave the rest to you, Emile.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, very good. Well, I think it's always going to be one of those very difficult areas where men and women are always trying to find a common ground, and I think that it's important to approach any relationship or any potential relationship from a place of, first of all, looking at your own self-worth, your own standards, and maybe sometimes making a list about the type of person you require in your life. And so that at least you have a starting point. I think it's important that people begin to identify the things that will make them comfortable in a relationship. Some people have a 5-list thing that they do. And you can be as fickle or you can be as extensive as you want. But I still think that women and men need to have a kind of checklist of what they require from their ideal partner. And I think that might eliminate some of the nonsense that men and women face in terms of dealing with human relationships.
Well, thank you very much for that. I said I wasn't going to read any more emails out of I've got tons of them here, but I just want to read this one. I'm a young married woman, and I do not think that, and I do think that we have a few good men in St. Lucia. Most men may not know what they want, but when you do get a man who knows what he wants, he goes after it 100%.
Good girl.
Yeah, I'd like to say that because I think that there are some good men out there, and
of course,
and unfortunately, it just seems that we don't hear
and there are
too
good
much
women
good things.
too.
Yes, but we're talking about the men tonight, and and I wanted to talk about men's emotions, and we run out of time and so on. But I want to say thank you both for coming, but let's try and see if we can please some people by giving away. So Al, what have you got?
I have 2 bags here, Delia. The first is from Romani, and I think the question was the 3 locations for Romani, and I think the answers to that was Rex and Lucian, La Place Carénage,
and Rodney Bay.
Rodney Bay Mall? Yeah. Okay, and I just pull out a
Yes.
bag. Trudy Justin.
Okay, let me have that, please. Thank you. So Trudy will be contacting you. And what else do you have?
And the second is Dawn's book.
Dawn's, yes.
Which I also want to copy from myself. I'm not sure.
The question?
The question was, what was the minimum balance you should have on your credit card?
And I have to tell you, I asked about 10 people, and they all got it wrong.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the answer is?
0.
Right.
Okay.
Anything below that, then you're in problems.
Okay.
Vincent Collymore.
Okay, Vincent, thank you very much. Vincent will get Dawn's book. Emile, what have you got?
Well, I've also got two bags here. I've got one with a shirt, the winner of the shirt.
Okay.
And the shirt, of course, has been sponsored by Valmore. The answer,
The winner.
The winner, obviously. Yeah. Can you foot? And there's the person. Oh, no, don't want that.
Why would you put it back in there? I think we should read.
Because you said Valmore.
Okay.
So Valmont Crescent Philip.
Okay, so we have Crescent Philip, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so he gets this shirt. And the next one?
The next one is a spa treatment.
Yeah, the spa treatment. And the question was, name two sponsors, two DFL sponsors, spa sponsors. And the answer is Touch Therapies.
Touch Therapy and Lemur.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the winner for this, I think, is, let's have a look, Trudy Justin.
Trudy. Okay, was that another Trudy? Oh gosh, Trudy's won 2 things. Very lucky girl. Can I have that sure, Trudy, to make sure we get that?
All right.
Okay, so Trudy's won 2 things tonight.
Right.
Okay, and what I have here is the Styles 2000. And the question, and you're going to get a haircut here, the question was, which sponsor is near Styles 2000, which is of course based in Rodney Bay. Now there were actually two possibilities. Of course we have Infinity Colour Shop, but nearer to that of course is Rituals Coffee House. And I'm going to pull, there's loads in this little bag. Let's see, I'm going to pull. And I have here Esther Bryce. So Esther, you are the winner of the Styles 2000 haircut. So gentlemen, as I said, thank you so much for being with me. It's been a pleasure seeing both of you. And I'm sure we're going to pass all across very soon. Great.
Thanks for having me.
Love your poetry as usual.
Oh, lovely. Thanks, Delia.
Keep on doing it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I think you should be out there performing some of it.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you to everyone who give away gifts tonight. Don't forget to visit Organica, Valmore Skin Science, and Trio's Caribbean Fusion Restaurant at Bay Gardens Beach Resort and Spa. They all have some great offers, okay? Now, keep watching DBS and tune into the Press Club this Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Now, next week on DFL, we're launching something very special. It's called U Factor, and it's something that you've asked us to do. Our sponsors have been putting it together. We've been enjoying it, and DBS and DFL will be really proud to bring it to you. We are actually coming out to you, and we will be acknowledging the best in you. Now, we'll tell you more about that next week. DBS and my team, Maria Fontanelle, Sancha Gaspard and Lana Wilson, are always overwhelmed when our viewers tell us how important this program is to them. So next week, we want to give back to you. Okay, we want to give back to you. And the last person that I'd like to actually say thank you to, I'm not sure we have her on tonight, is the Executive Director of NCF, Juliana Alfred. You know, she's actually going to be part of that with us, and we are also going to be helping along with the telethon. So don't forget, telethon is this weekend. Make sure you go and you support that, okay? Now, my last words for you viewers tonight is about men, of course. Okay, we need men in our lives, the good ones, the ones we learn from, admire, respect, the men who are good fathers and leaders. For men, learning how to treat others, women especially, children, is essential. Dressing well, yes, that helps. Smelling good and being sexy, oh boy, yeah, that helps. But above all, men should treat others as they themselves would want to be treated. A pattern is learned by what men experience and see around them. And if inappropriate behavior is accepted by the other men they have relationships with, like their fathers, their brothers, uncles, friends, priests, pastors, and so on, then inappropriate behavior is likely to continue. For men who prepare a path of respect, humility, and reliability for those around them to walk on, that's suave. For men who are attentive to how they look and to their partner's bedside needs, that's extremely sexy. And for men who don't use appropriate mannerisms and appropriate dress for different occasions, that's shabby. But for men who visit women's houses and not take them to theirs, and wait for women to pay bills regularly or buy things for them, there's a word worse than shabby. Young men, well, they look to the male influences in their lives. To me, you know, to be the male role model, you know, we salute you if you are one. We thank you. We need you. If you are a man who thinks your behavior is such that you would not want young men and your sons to reflect, please review and make changes. Why? Because DFL, we've asked you to. On behalf of the DFL team and DBS, good night and God bless.